Just say it, 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 just say it.
Just say it!
Yo, man, you see that? That's called the I Want Will Walk.
A few things. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I mean, what's also deep is we've just been sharing all what we've been sharing, and I don't even know if it's been recording, lads.
Okay, we need to clear ourselves. Okay, no. So what? We got to stick it. We got to stick it. This
Yes,
what
exactly. That is it.
Sit here for all dwelling up on this. No, blood. We could do this again, blood. We're all hyped now. We've got a couple of things on the brain now, so we just revisit them.
We'll just keep chatting about it.
Obviously, we know what we're going to be talking about now. We could just keep talking about this, but we could just revisit. Let's start all over again. Is it recording?
Yeah. So, I was saying about the statistics of marriage. There's more divorce rates. There's more statistics. The statistics for divorce is higher than people staying together. And I was saying, so what? And then I was saying, you get together, you get married, doesn't work out, you get divorced. So what? Or you get married, it works out, and you stay together for however long you do, with whatever comes up with inside of that marriage. And then you both die, having been married still. So what? And then you were saying, or you see marriage as like school.
Yeah.
You remember?
How I see marriage?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how I see marriage is if you to imagine that you'd left school and you had the opportunity to go to work, or you had the opportunity to go to college. You go college and you're excited about a particular subject.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I want to be a lawyer. And then you're studying to be a lawyer. And like maybe 3 years in to studying to be a lawyer, you have second thoughts because you've just met a few people in your life in those 3 years who have widened your imagination. Like maybe there's a few other things that you thought about before being a lawyer and about doing. So 3 years in, you're thinking, I don't actually want to be a lawyer, I want to be an actor.
Yeah.
But marriage for me is you sticking with being a lawyer, even though you know that you don't have that passion to be a lawyer anymore.
Yeah.
Now you can of course continue and do your studies and then end it, get your degree, get your masters or whatever, and then be a lawyer for the rest of your life. If you want, do that. But secretly, deep down, you're thinking like, oh man, I want to be a lawyer though. I don't want to be a lawyer anymore, sorry. I want to be an actor. Like that's really where my passion lies now. Based on all the experiences in my life, I realise now that I rushed the choice that I made with being a lawyer. I actually want to be a actor.
Yeah.
And like for marriage, like we were saying, so what if a marriage doesn't work?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that have not worked in life. Like, you might start a job and you'd be like, oh yeah, like this is a good job, man, I really like this job, I think I'll be here for years. And then things go wrong at work and you start to realize, man, this job ain't for me, and then you move jobs. I've had a few jobs in my life. Doesn't mean that the first job I ever had, like, I don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
But it didn't work for me to stay there for the rest of my bloody life. Like to work there.
Yeah.
So
but
it might not work for me to be with this woman for the rest of my life.
But wait, I've got one to throw in now. Let's say you did stay as a lawyer, knowing now that expression as an actor has come up for you, and paralleling that, let's say you do stay with that woman for the rest of your life, knowing that the feelings aren't so much there anymore, or your feeling is no longer there to stay in a marriage anymore. So what? She's bawling. She's like, no, please, you have to stay with me, man. Like, like we've worked so hard for this. You might have to just be a so what as well, blood. It's that peak. It's a so what? Like, think about it. Like that is a very good. That's a very good way to look at this whole thing. It's like, really, so what? Yeah.
The girl doesn't want to link you anymore. So what?
Yeah.
The girl thinks your penis is too small. So what?
Yeah.
Maybe she thinks it's too big. So what?
Yep.
regardless.
A
So
guy
what?
just
So
wants to have
everything
sex
blurred.
with you based on how you look, or that's all he wants. He just wants sex with you.
So what?
So what?
So what? And do you know, we're gonna go on to
Yeah,
Tinder.
I'm looking at your bum.
because Tinder is
It
giving me pure joke.
What? Huh?
Tinder's giving me so much joke because if you think about now, let's face it, yeah. Like look how much females are on Tinder. It's very rare that when I'm on Tinder that it stops finding women. There's bare women on fucking Tinder, yeah. Now, what's Tinder all about? Judging, yeah. You have to judge someone from how they look.
And that's open to interpretation.
Now,
by
are they look? Okay, well, now let's just look at
When
it
you say
in
judging,
factual terms.
when you say judging, you mean like? Do you mean as in? I've seen that.
Well,
girl. She looks.
let's
like
face it.
Gonna match her, or do you mean as in? I see that girl. I wonder if she's like this. I wonder if she's like that. Blah 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 blah. And da 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 da.
Actually, if we like a picture of a girl from Tinder, like I don't do that. Yeah, I don't do that. Oh yeah, like that one. I think she's nice. I'm gonna say yes to this one. I don't like this one. I'm gonna say no. I just say yes to all of them, innit? That's what I do now. But for those who, you know, they search, they look.
Yeah. Alright, stop. Are you moving?
Hmm?
Are you moving?
Am I moving? No, I'm in. I mean, moving around.
Yeah, no, it's alright. Stop now. It was going. Right, stop.
Oh, I see.
Cool.
Yeah.
So let's continue. Do you remember what you were saying?
What, have we recorded anything?
Yeah, I was recording stuff, so I'll just have to like mix it up, make a mash.
I don't mind just doing this thing again. I don't mind. Up to you. Yeah, where were we? Damn, I don't remember.
Just play with your headphone for a second. Are you using the headset?
Yeah.
Just play with it for a second.
Play with it. Oh, I can hear like some sort of feedback thing.
Yeah, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Are you using your phone or your laptop?
Phone. It might be because the charger.
Stop.
Hold on, let me take the charger. The
Are
charger.
Are you using your phone?
Yeah, I'm using my phone, but it might have been a charger because the charger's in.
Yeah, stop now.
Oh, okay.
Alright, cool.
Yeah,
Well,
the percentage will be fine.
I just realised as well, right? You know, we were talking about so what?
Yeah.
It's funny because I don't know how. Maybe it's because it came in my head the other day. You know, when I was out on Monday, when I was out dancing, I remember I sent you that audio about that chick that I met.
Yeah.
The one that I said that she looked kind of like an action hero.
Scene, yeah.
Yeah, and like for quite a bit of the night afterwards, like we was chilling with each other and we were grinding, we were dancing, etc., etc. At one point near the end, when I went to dance with her, but when we had stopped, she said, she's like, "Oh, this isn't kind of my tune." The song that came on. Oh, basically, it was. I could get what she meant anyway. It was the song, you know, P Diddy and.
Yeah.
It was that song. You know, like at the end of the night when they start playing those kind of songs.
Oh yeah.
So it's like one of those songs. But I was like, minor. Like I still want to dance with you. So yeah, she said that when that song was on, she's like, "Oh, this isn't really kind of my tune." And I don't know where it came from, but I went, "So what?" I was like, "So what?" And she kind of like paused for a moment. Didn't really know what to say. And she didn't have a response.
Get
and then
hashtag.
And that was it. And then we didn't dance like for that whole song, to be fair. But for that moment, and for a brief moment, she kind of was in that space of, "Oh, so what?" and danced. Now the reason why I brought that up is because there's this girl that I'm chatting to at the moment from the good old Tinder. Oh, that's what we were talking about. We were talking about Tinder, so we'll come back to that in a sec.
Oh yeah.
Because you were talking about Tinder, yeah. And
we got to do a bonus round on that one still.
So we've been chatting and we're vibing quite nicely. and we're like in the process of arranging to meet. Now, like we're potentially gonna meet today and chill. We're gonna have some mint hot chocolate. Now, she was saying basically tomorrow she's starting a new job basically, and she's gonna be doing nights, etc. Because I basically was suggested about arranging like next week or something. So then I said to her, well, there's obviously today, and she basically, I'm gonna read the message while I was waiting to do the thing. She sent me a message because I said about like what's happening tonight.
Yeah, man, I'm
she
basically the rawest footage right now, blood.
I know, but I'm not saying any names, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Who knows? She might end up coming and doing a show with us at one point.
Yeah. But yeah, tell us what time it was. Yeah.
Huh?
Okay. She got to tell us what time it was.
Exactly.
What she said. Yeah.
Anyway, she said she doesn't know. When I said, "Oh, what's happening?" She said, "I don't know. I don't want to be boring and fall asleep on you. But right now, I'm knackered." Now, I have said already beforehand, let's just arrange for another time when you know then if you're going to be tired and whatnot. But to me, but at the same time, she keeps implying
that she does want to meet today. Exactly,
right? So she said that, what I just said. And then she said, I made a promise to myself a little while ago to live life fully. I'm trying to do that. So sleep is a myth sometimes, but there's only so many nights you can last on 4 hours. Now, I do get that. And like, I want us to do whatever's going to work for her, right? What will be best for her. But my response was, I hear you, and so what?
Do you know what?
And then she replied saying, so I'm tired. And I replied, yeah, I get that. So you're tired.
Come over and sleep at the yard.
Yeah, I might suggest that. I said to her, well, you're tired.
Is she tired?
I said, you're tired and you might fall asleep, so what? Or I said, you're tired and we don't chill tonight, so what? And I put some smiley faces in there as well. So she, because it's a bit different communicating it via just words. It might land a bit differently to the fact that I'm
That's another subject, by the way. That's another subject, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to get my pad, bro, because I just need to start writing something down, bro. No, real talk, man. Text messaging as well, bro. Like, you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Everyone has a different context for, what things mean.
Yeah.
You could put an image, you could put a smiley face as much as you want, man. Some people still just don't really get it, innit? Like,
yeah.
And you could be vexed and put a smiley face and cover up your vexedness.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to go into that now. I think we should.
So anyway,
fresh new topic.
While we're doing this topic, we'll see what she comes back with. If she responds, well, she may not even respond. We'll see. Either way, and if so, while we're still chatting, then I'll paraphrase at least what she says, if not say what she says fully.
Tired things are relevant, man.
And we'll just see how it goes. Like with that whole so what? Like, yeah, so what?
That real talk. If a girl came over, yeah, and we spoke for an hour, and she's like, I'm really tired.
Yeah.
Or I was at her house and she's like, I'm really tired, and we was just laying in the bed just jamming, no sex. I'm not talking about sex here, I'm talking about she's tired, and I'm just laying in the bed with her while she's sleeping. I think just the fact that you've spent a bit of time with that person, and you want to spend time with that person, it doesn't matter if they're tired or not. I had, man, like, well, it is only that you've only just kind of really met her, but then again, I just kind of really met this girl that I met.
But it's still so what? Because like I've met like girls who I've met off Tinder. Since we're talking about that, like some I've met out first, and then later, like another time maybe when we've met, they've come around, or some have come around the first time. Just depends on the vibe. Well, when I say depends on the vibe, it depends on like if also as well if I'm feeling for them to come round on the first time or not. But whether they do, whether they don't, so what?
It definitely is a so what. Like, it's getting more clear at the so what thing now, because Like there was even a girl that like I met her on the application and we was ready to meet, innit?
Yeah.
I told you about her already. Yeah.
What? Wait, is this Tinder?
No, this was another one still.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know, Raggo, this is the rawness, yeah? Okay, Cupid, yeah?
Yeah.
So, obviously not going to mention names.
Yeah.
But this girl, like, obviously we'd had a really good conversation or whatever, and then it came to a point where we wanted to meet up.
Yeah.
And we ended up deciding that let's just meet up today then. And then I said, oh, like, what do you want to do? Do you want me to come and meet at yours and bring a bottle of wine? Or would you prefer me to meet you at a bar or something?
Yeah.
Now, when I wrote that, I just wrote that just thinking off the top, like, you know, Rags, like, you know, either or either. But then she said to me, like, oh, I prefer if we meet outside first because I'm more comfortable with that. And then I remember just thinking to myself, like, after that, damn, like, you're so stupid. Like, why did he say that, man? Like, of course he wanted, like, you know, you're not just going to go jump into someone's yard straight away.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you've had a great conversation or whatever, but still, like, it's a bit like, But then I had a situation where I went to a girl's yard the first time, like, and so it is really like, so what? Because if you think about it, there's girls that might not be comfortable with something, and there's some girls that might be comfortable with something.
Yeah.
But so what if they have their way of dealing with things? Like, so what if I said it and actually it did sound a bit weird? But then again, no, it didn't sound weird because there are many girls who would be comfortable knowing that, oh yeah, well, this person seems okay. I can trust this person to come to my house right now.
Yeah. Or
I could trust going to that person's house right now. I just can trust it.
Yeah.
And yeah, why not? So this whole so what thing, it's just it just makes it even more clear because we could be thinking about what we really think is relevant.
Yeah.
But we don't know the person. The person might have a different perception of what is reasonable for them or not.
Yeah.
So we should, like, in that case, yeah, so what? Like, we should really not matter what that person thinks. Like, oh, she's blatantly on the bang. Like, why is she not making me come to her yard or whatever like that? Like, so what? Like, so what if she decides that she'd prefer not to do that? Like, if she wants to play games, if that's a game plan for her, that's her game plan.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh. Yeah. Even if people play games.
Even if if they want to play games, gravy. Like, what? It's going to be a one-sided game, though, isn't it? Because
exactly.
I'm not playing.
For sure.
So yeah, man. Like, this so what thing's starting to kick into me right now, man. It's starting to be my little mantra and thing. Like, so what?
What were you saying about?
The show, so what, innit?
Hey, what you say?
Don't we have to change the show's name to so what instead?
Yeah. So what?
I know, got a new name.
We're just saying.
Rebranding.
But oh yeah. You actually, I just remember you were saying about when you go through the pictures, you said judging, and I said, oh, that was like open to interpretation of your judging. And I said, because you might just see the picture and be like, yeah, like, that's what I like the look, and you just click. Or you might look at the picture and add all this meaning. But do you remember what you were gonna say around that?
Yeah, but now I'm in a so what mode. Jokes. I will talk about it though, because we're just saying, innit? We're just saying a few things. Like,
yeah,
it's there for me. But what I think about that is, like, I'm not saying that there's more girls on Tinder than guys, but it occurs that way. I might be wrong in it. I don't know the fact.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, because obviously, unless we change our search options, preferences.
Yeah, it's different. And then we just got to bear in mind that obviously there's people who are there's bisexual, there's heterosexual, there's been a homosexual. So yeah, regardless of that, let's just forget that what I just said, the statistics. But what I'm trying to say here is that based on how you should approach Tinder is being okay. You see a picture, and if you like the picture, and you both come up as a match, you start to communicate with each other. Yeah. But you're basing that on a picture. Yeah. Now, I could put my best pictures, me in the club looking like I'm having the best time ever. It might have just been one night of the whole year I had the best night ever, innit? And I just put that photo up, innit? Then I might be at a christening, I don't know, for my niece. Yeah. And I'm smiling, I'm so happy in that moment. Let me just put let me just put 5 moments where I was very happy in my life.
Yeah.
But actually my life is fucking horrible right now. Yeah. And then someone could look at my pictures and go, oh yeah, and then like it. Yeah. And then they can like, let's face it. I've even had girls. I had a girl the other day say to me like, because there's an option on Tinder where you can now show your Instagram, innit?
Oh, is it? Okay.
Now I don't know. Girls are going into the Tinder, the what's the name from Tinder. They're going to Instagram to check more. Okay, let's do a bit more research here. Let's do a bit more. Let's be a bit more nosy here. Like, let's see what he's been adding onto his Instagram. And this girl even confirmed it to me the other day. She said to me, "I went through your Instagram. I just went to see, you know, what you've been up to, like, and that really did a thorough scan. Was talking about certain pictures and things. I was like, damn, she went that far. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, that there's so much, like with the social media, there's so much that people are trying to get about the person before that they can judge from. And there's no way that you could, like, you can't look at my Instagram and know me. You can't know me through my Instagram. Like, there's a couple pictures on there. Yeah, like, you know, there's pictures of me and my niece. There's pictures of me and women who are female friends. Yeah. Some people might think that they're girls that I've been having sex with. You never know. Like, there's loads of ways. And there was one girl that said to me, "Oh, I see a few girls in your like." I'm here, like, the reason I'm saying this is because these are things that girls have been saying to me, innit? Like, one in particular a few months ago was saying to me like, yeah, like, you know, I just looked for your Instagram and just came across a bit, but you came across a bit. She didn't use arrogant. She used another word, innit? Like, another word that was a bit like
cocky.
Very confident, but
cocky.
I wouldn't even say cocky.
Sure of
it
yourself?
was like a compliment. Yeah, something like that. Like something like that wasn't so like damn, like, you know, like, you might take offense to some things. Like, it's something that I didn't take offense to, but then at the same time it wasn't really me. Yeah. But I can't think of the word, man. Damn. But anyway, she basically damn, no, it's not even that. But anyway, well, she basically, she said that she had a perception of me that was different to when she met me. She realized that perception that she had was different. Yeah.
That thing is not recording, Blad.
Blood.
I'm joking. Sorry, I just thought I'd do that because I thought that'd be funny.
Yeah, you're playing with me, man.
Sorry,
keep this raw end. Yeah, you have to keep it raw. But yeah.
No, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, what was I saying?
You were saying
so she had a perception.
Yeah.
Like, she had a perception. Like, obviously she's going through these photos, and obviously I do the same thing. Like, I'm looking at her, oh, okay. She looks like this, looks like that. But it gives us room to like judge the person before we even know anything about them. And like, even when we're messaging them, we're typing to them, so we don't know what type of person they are. We don't know like how she is. Anything. We can only go by what they're typing in it. Like, anyone could type anything they want. Now, it was the fact that she told me so much things that she was judging before she'd met me. And when we met, it's like, well, you're really different to what I thought. Like, but she was really shocked about it as well. Like, proper, like, almost like disappointing thing. Like, I was like, oh, like, she must be fantasizing then. Yeah. Like, but I'm not even just judging her for this. Like, I've done it myself. I've been like, damn, this girl looks pimp. Then seen her in person and been like, oh. You're like, oh, you just let me down.
Yeah, and even the opposite as well. Even the opposite, because I've seen a picture where I've been like, oh, yeah, the picture's nice. Like, obviously, I like the picture, and then I meet them in person, I'm like, jeez, they're nicer than the picture.
Trust me, my last 3 that I've met, man, the last 3 that I've met, definitely better than the pictures. I was like, yeah. You did it. All right. I was like, okay, is that how you're doing it though? Yeah,
winning.
See. But yeah, man, like, I don't know. I think this is going to be just another whole subject, like, probably even a female involved in this one. Tinder. Yeah,
no, it'd be wicked to do another topic of this actually. This topic again, but with female involved on the so what.
So what? Oh my god. So what, man? Hashtag.
So what?
Don't maybe just get the hashtags in, like, jeez, blood. It really is so what to certain things. But then again, saying that, We are saying so what?
Yeah.
But we are talking about like just being human, innit? And like just like if you've had a really great experience of something,
Yeah.
it'd be like, I don't know. You've always been using your laptop. Your laptop's just been like your source of light.
Yeah.
Wake up, go on a laptop, like, and you've been doing that for like a good 5 years, and then your laptop breaks down. You've got no P to buy a new laptop. Yeah, it could be like, yes, so what? But boy, like, come on, 5 years, man. It's been in that for 5 years. It is really so what, but it's gonna hurt, man. It's gonna bun you.
Yeah, it will, yeah,
So,
but
yeah, as much as you can say so.
but
what.
but it will do that when you don't. When, and obviously, I'm not saying this is.
You get what I'm saying though, like, we can't just shut off the feelings though, like.
But I'm not saying this is the new. This is like. Yeah, people have to go by this. Like, this is a philosophy, or you have to take it as that. But what you just said, if so, what is applied, then those feelings that you're talking about won't necessarily come up. You might feel. I'm not saying you won't like have some sensations, or whatever. But as you said, using your laptop for 5 years, and then one moment. Doesn't work. If you're like doesn't, and you don't have the money to buy a new one at that time, if in that moment you're just like, oh, so what, and then you keep it moving, you're either gonna save up money so you can buy a new laptop, you're gonna try and get a laptop on finance, you're gonna sell the laptop for part, like whatever comes to you in order to get a new laptop, if that's what you want. Or you might decide, you know what, 5 years been going with the laptop, brap, or not brap, you just been doing that, now it's not working, I'm not going to get another one for a while, so what, I'll just use pen and paper. But if you go, but and I am partly assuming this as well, but if you go, so I've been using the laptop for so long, now it's not working, now what am I going to do? Man, I was doing all my work on that. Now I've got to stop. And blah blah blah, etc. etc. Now, yeah, you're gonna start feeling some feelings of upset or discouragement, whatever, down to the individual, whatever your response is. And now you're not saying so what is not gonna help in that moment, because you're not actually really present or in that space of so what. You're actually in the space of the upset or the frustration or annoyance.
Yeah.
Like, remember my laptop, pardon me, like, I've just recently got this new one, right? What, last week? But last few years, the laptop I was using kept breaking down, like, as in, like, kept freezing on me. And I remember at one point I'd started writing a film, a script, the second one, and I'd started it, then my laptop it did its freezing thing and wasn't coming on, and I gave it a week, still wasn't coming on. Now, I wasn't saying the word or the catchphrase so what at that point. I wasn't doing that, and I was, and at first I was like, oh man, like, that means I'm not gonna be able to write, or it means I'm gonna have to go to the internet cafe, or blah blah blah, that's long, or is there someone's laptop I could borrow, or da da da. And then when I stopped all of that, I was just like, oh, do you know what, I got my phone, minor, let me just use that for now. And I just kept writing on my phone until my laptop decided to turn on again, which was months later or whatever. And with that particular script, I'd written on my phone up to about 50 pages worth, but I didn't realise, obviously, until I transferred it over. And yeah, when I transferred it over, it meant I had to format it in the way on the actual software that I was using, because on my phone it was just all the same. That was extra to do, versus if I had the laptop and did it on that software. But it was just so what, it was just that. And obviously there could have been other options. I could have maybe downloaded the app on my phone, or downloaded an app, I don't know, all that sort of stuff. So I do know what you're saying. Like let's if we bring it back to the love life thing, and what, for example, I said earlier, you're in a relationship with a girl, or there's a guy and a girl, they're in a relationship together. The guy cheats on the girl. So what? The girl cheats on the guy. So what? Like, I do get what you're saying. It's not necessarily going to be easy in that experience to be like, that's what's happened. So what?
But I think
that is what it is.
You know,
you could be like, why did you do that to me? How dare you do that to me? Do you know who I am? After all I did, after I gave you all of this, blah blah. But all of that conversation, all of that stuff, is what can perpetuate an upset feeling.
But I think it comes down to now. I've just realised what I was saying. It all becomes a part of this. You want to. You possess it, like the laptop's your thing, innit? Like you purchase the laptop, it's your laptop.
Yeah. Like
officially your laptop.
Yeah.
And like when we say so what about the girl thing, girl cheating on you, or vice versa.
Yeah.
The funny thing is it's the thing that it really is so what. Like it's even more so what than it is for the laptop, because really that person is not your possession. It's like, yeah, like you both said that you are each other's, but like who's to say that really? Like who made that rule? Like this whole monogamy thing. Like really, is it really that? Is it really that, you know, you get with someone and you have to be loyal with that person 100%?
Yeah.
Obviously you've got to care about how they feel, but you don't own that person. Like you share,
exactly.
Like I think there's sharing the experience of each other versus owning someone.
Yes.
And I think that a lot of people cater to owning. Get me, blood.
You know, like on radio shows.
Yeah.
When, like, let's say an MC's on there and they're doing their thing and they say a lyric or a line, and then you hear the something like that.
Trust me.
That was a moment there. That was a moment there. You can
do something with the
exactly. That's gonna be, yeah. I might do that.
Oh, you can finish him.
No, that
yeah.
No, wow. I'm getting something from that. What you just said in terms of about sharing an experience with each other versus I own you, you own me, or you're mine.
Yeah, I think that's.
And I'm yours.
I'm just saying that, like. So some people going wrong, like even myself, I was going wrong there as well, my relationships.
Yeah.
But like I owned her, like
I'm
jealous because you know, like it's my thing and it's my girl, like I don't want to see her with no one else, like. But then again, so what? So what if she wants to go do something with that guy?
Like
so what if she's single now and she's banging out bare different guys? So what?
Yeah. Yeah. So what? Like, let's say a girl slept with more guys than you slept with girls. Because for some guys that could be a thing, an issue. So what?
So if our ex-girlfriends, after they broke up with us, had sex with about 20-30 guys after us, so what?
Nah, that's not so what, blood. No, I'm joking.
That is a so what, blood.
No, I'm joking.
That is a so what. It's peak. That will hurt, man. Like that, you know, get me a bit a little.
But if you're not if you're so what?
Yeah, I know, and it just have to be so what, because really, like, when I'm going out doing my thing, I've broken up with my girl. No, I'm single. It's okay for me though, isn't it? Like, it's okay for me to have a bit of fun though.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, it has to definitely be a so what. It's a pride thing, man, and it's just a possession thing. It definitely is just what I was saying about the possession. Like, it just feels like
I'm read in conversations with God.
I don't want someone to take something away from me.
Say that last bit again.
I was just saying about it's definitely all to do with this possession thing. It's just that you always feel like when you own something, you want to keep it close to you, and when you no longer have that thing, it just feels harsh, like giving away something that you know that you thought was yours.
Which wasn't yours to give away in the first place.
Yeah, like we're borrowing these females, man.
You're what in these females? Deep. You say borrowing.
Borrowing. We're the borrowers. Trust me, just gonna borrow that chick for a couple of weeks, and then if you don't mind, can I borrow that one? Yeah, she's mine. I want my borrow now. Trust me, just borrowing these things, like, it's crazy. It's borrowed time. Like, we're borrowing time of people, like, and saying, like, you know what, do you mind if I take this bit of time with you?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, next week you can spend some time with someone else if you want. But, right now, I'd like to spend time with you.
Yeah. What I was gonna say with about Conversations with God in one of the books, when I was rereading it, there was it that book? Yeah. Wait. What was it? I thought it was Echo. No, I think it was that. And I don't even remember what particular topic it was, but obviously it must have been around maybe marriage or relationships, men and women, something like that. And it was about actually highly evolved beings, right? That there's highly evolved beings that exist in the universe, maybe even on this planet and all of that. And in their society, like basically, in the book, God was sharing, expressing about how highly evolved beings operate and the kind of structure they have as a society, and why it works and how it works, etc., etc. And one of the things that he or she, NG, was suggesting was how, because everyone's on the same page, everyone's coming from that same level, basically, of operation. No one has it like, that is mine. It's like we're all one. What I have is yours. What you have is mine. No one would ever go without, because if I had something more than what someone else had, I would be giving it to that person because that's just how I'd be operating, with the full awareness and knowing that I will be able to create more of that. And when God was sharing about like the possessions and stuff, or about things, let's say things, like if you have a home, if you have a wife, what God was saying was that they wouldn't say, "Oh, that's my house." Like I think I at least, but mine, that's not in their vocabulary. They wouldn't say that's my girlfriend, that's my wife, that's my house, that's my car. They'd say that's the home I'm with, that's the wife I'm with, or that's the girlfriend I'm with, or that's the car I'm with. Something like that. Huh?
Yeah. Just changes a little thing like that. Wow.
Yeah.
It's a massive thing.
I'm paraphrasing it partly as well, because I don't exactly remember the text, but it was something like that. And it was just really interesting to read and to even try and adopt, because when I, in terms of my past girlfriends, I've said, when I've been with them, that's my girlfriend, this is my girl, like mine, da, da, da.
Yeah.
I started imagining, what if I was to say, "Oh, this is the girlfriend I'm with. This is the girlfriend. Wow. This is the wife I'm with." I could see as well. This is just something I added to it when I was imagining that, how a girl, like the girl who I might, if I'm in a relationship, the girlfriend that I'm with, if I was to introduce her and say, "Oh, this is the girlfriend I'm with," I could see how potentially she or someone else could interpret that as, so basically
gonna be someone else now.
Exactly.
Oh my god. You know what, man? We have to do a few sound effects, man. We have to download some sound effects to go into these. Just to add.
Which is actually possible, though.
Yeah, iMovie does it. Oh, you mean it's possible for?
I mean, yeah, that is possible.
To say that. Oh, see.
That is possible. Yeah, I meant that. Yeah, that is possible, though. That it is just for the time being. But it is also possible that it is also possible that time being may be what would look like on Earth until you die, or it could look like 1 year, 1 week. Because I always, Freya. By the way, with certain names that, like, we're just saying anyway. chatting anyway. But I was thinking when we say certain names, that I might like do a beep for their confidentiality. So we're free. We can just chat and share and freely speak. But when I edit it, I might do that in certain cases because
that'd be interesting. Even if I say ex-girlfriend, and then you could beat that out as well.
I could do that as long as it makes sense that we're talking about an ex still. But with Freya, I remember before I met her, I got into a space where I was like, you know what? When I was desiring a relationship, I was like, whether I have a relationship, I was like, I'd rather have a relationship that lasted a week but was like amazing. It was an amazing experience. Or maybe I said a month actually, I think at that time. Then a relationship that lasts a year and it's like, to my interpretation and standard, terrible. And when I was in that space, it was like it didn't. There was no fixation of it. Like there was no fixed way it had to go or be. When I ended up meeting Freya, and then we got in a relationship. It didn't actually last long, due to obviously me moving to Australia for a bit, etc., and then coming back. And then even when I came back, it was like, oh yeah, we could get back together. We both would like to, but then we didn't. But there was no fixed way it had to be. If all that happened, it was like, this is something I do call it as well. Like I usually say the Freya, but I'm experience.
The Freya experience.
Like inside of that, I called her my girlfriend at one point. She called me her boyfriend. We had some really nice sex. We had some really nice connecting together. We had some, what I would say in hindsight now, funny arguments and differences. Like we jumped in the Thames together. Like I remember that. Like
yeah, man. When you told me that, I remember when you told me that one, blood.
That was just pure in the moment. Like remember she was like, oh, I'd love to do that. And we were at wherever we were, like in the car, and it was night time, just chilling. She's like, oh, how amazing would it be, or freeing, or whatever, just to jump in there. I was like, come on, let's do it. And there was no thinking, blood, involved in that. No thinking.
Hey.
And we did it.
Hey, I'm gonna have to be in love. Trust me, blood. I'm gonna have to be in love for that shit, blood.
Did you say in love?
Cool. In love. That's got to be like, yeah, Max in love.
You gotta be like, what?
Trust me, bro. It's got to be Max in love, because boy.
But yeah, we did that, and it was just it was a great experience. It was fun. And then obviously after, when I shared it with people, like, oh my gosh, you did that. Why would you do that? This could have happened. That could happen. Blah blah blah. But I didn't think about it.
Actually did it though. That's crazy.
And bring it back to what we've been chatting about. So what? So what, lads? So yeah.
Crazy, man. Just think about those beautiful moments. Like you don't think of these things happening. Like, you know, like we're talking about this now. Like it is really a so what, innit? Like.
Yeah.
But obviously, when we were just going through various things, what's the difference between now and then? Like a week after? Yeah, of course. Like we're human.
Say that last bit again. I went in my head. Well, I didn't go in my head. I looked at a message. Say that again.
Yeah, no, see, you should message you, innit? Jeez. Yeah. No, I was just saying that. You know, like when these experiences, and then obviously you had that amazing experience, but then you had also the experience of like where things ended and you both moved on, but then how hard it was for you to both move on based on obviously, you know, the whole thing that's talking about the laptop and that type of thing,
yeah,
possession. But then how freely you're speaking about it now, like it is a so what.
Yeah. And what would it?
And just that.
Yeah.
And what difference does it make if we're like so what straight after?
Yes.
And now, like, is that like, oh yes, it could be so what after about 6 months. I think that's acceptable. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, it's true though, like with you're gonna blank it out in it. Yeah. So Tika.
Yeah.
As soon as when things ended with that, I remember like being like pregnant already, married and ting already. Like I'm thinking, but I thought you loved me. It's like, but yeah, I thought you loved me, but we're not together now. So it doesn't matter if you love me or not. We're not together now, innit? So what you do after that's perfectly fine. That now, that's how I see it now, innit? But back then I was like, bitch. Like, come on, like, can't wait a year or so. Like, you couldn't even wait a year until.
Oh my days, you just given me something there as well. Yeah. I'd say the same.
But yeah, just oh shit, sorry. Yeah, so my point is, man, it's like if you're ending, innit? And if you're moving on, you're moving on. And like there is this kind of guilt thing. It's just like how long should it take for someone to move on?
Yeah.
And really, if we're in this so what realm, I love the so what realm, man. This is really going to be like, I'm have to get a tattoo. God, man, like this really is helping a lot, because it is so what, like so what if it doesn't work out and you move on and you just, you know, so much times I made myself feel guilty. It's too early, man. Yeah, maybe it might be too early, maybe because you still have feelings for the person.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, like even after, like look at us now, where we are now,
yeah,
with all the ex-girlfriends that we've had, we can't say that we still don't have feelings for these women. Like, you know, if they came back into our life in terms of saying, hey, listen, like, I just thought about you the other day and I just thought I was a bit petty in this or petty in that, and like, I just want to stay in touch with you. I wouldn't mind staying in touch with you. How do you feel about that? The guys that we are, well, I just believe that you're going to be okay with that. I know that I will be okay with that.
I'm gonna tell a duck.
Huh?
No, yeah, I would.
Bro.
No, I'm just a
No.
with Jess, lad.
I know.
Even with Jess, I've thought that so many times when she came back in my life, wanted to be around, support and all that. After all that, well, it's just experience that I had with her, right? But the drama, I call it, I would still be like, yeah, of course.
I definitely would, man. Like I think what's stopping me from being in contact with various women in my life is just being that they are okay with me not being in their life. But if they still would like me to be in their life, I wouldn't be like, eh. So I get a message now from one of my exes, no matter how long it's been. It might be Tika, and it might be like, I'm in Barcelona now. Listen, I've just been really thinking, like, hope everything's okay with you. You know, and I just thought about various things, and we're in Barcelona. I just thought we can maybe go for a coffee. I'm with my husband at the moment. Is that okay? I'll say yes to that. I'll definitely say yes to that.
Wait, say that last bit again. You said Tika, I heard you say Tika and her husband.
Yeah. If they're in Barcelona.
Oh, in Barcelona. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. She reached Mumsy, and because, you know, that I think she still has her on Facebook or whatever. I just dropped the line, like, you know what, like, I'm in Barcelona. I just spoke to your mum and she said that you're in Barcelona, and I just thought, go for coffee. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd understand if you're not okay with that. I was like, yeah, of course. Like, for me, it'd just be like, yeah, of course, no probs. Like, right now, it'd be like, no probs.
Yeah.
But there's points in my life where it'd have been probs. You know what I'm saying? It would have been probs.
Yeah.
And there's nothing different between how I feel now and then.
Yeah.
Actually, there is how I feel. But there's no difference in how I can deal with things now and how I deal with things then.
Yeah.
So I'm always going to feel a certain way, and I chose to feel a certain way.
Yeah.
That was this.
Yeah, because even with like that opened up for me. I realised like with Jordan, when we ended, like 2 weeks later, she got in a relationship, another relationship, and I remember thinking, like I was bitter for a bit after that. So I remember thinking, well, I'm paraphrasing because I don't exactly remember what it was, but I was like, bitch, like you're in love with me, you say you're in love with me, you want to still be together and blah blah blah, and you just gone and got into another relationship. What, 2 weeks after we were together, after we just broken up? Doesn't our relationship mean anything? Blah blah. And then I was like, I remember your friend, she mentioned to me, she warned you, because her and her friend they had an argument at one point when me and her were seeing each other, because I suppose her friend was aware of potentially how she could operate, or a pattern, like in terms of going from relationship to relationship versus kind of having a bit of a break and whatever coming up in that space coming up. And then that relationship ended. That didn't last long as far as I'm aware, maybe a week, 2 weeks, whatever, I don't know. But I remember for a long period of time I was like, freaking bitch, and it was bitter. And then obviously when I got present back to how much I love her, like how much love I have for her, like the frustration, annoyance, all of that disappeared. But I've realised in the background still, even though I've not been bitter or annoyed the fact that she got in a relationship 2 weeks after, I am aware in the background I've got it. I remember it, like, well, you did do that, like you did that, and I'm not bitter about it anymore, but that wasn't cool, like that. I've got that kind of interpretation around it. Whereas just right now when you were chatting, I could bring so what to it, like that did happen, so what, bloody hell. And it's a difference, because even though the bitterness or that annoyance, frustration disappeared a long time ago, I suppose I still had a judgment on her doing that. And inside of so what, I don't have a judgment. I might have an observation.
And it's only your observation.
Exactly.
And it's your thing that's making it like it's annoying, or you're able to choose, like, because you're creating a story in your head.
Yeah.
You're able to say that 2 weeks is not acceptable, and
yeah,
why is she doing that, and why is she doing this, that you're able to create this whole world inside your head of what's right, what's wrong, and no one's a part of that world apart from you.
Yeah.
Unless of course she's talked to her friend, like, bloody bitch, that she did this, did that, and then they agreeing with you, or disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
But ultimately it is really so what, because it is like she's going to be doing what she's going to do.
Yeah.
And you're either going to sit there and worry about what she's doing, or just move on.
Yeah.
And if you move on, it's all gravy.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it's all gravy. So
yeah.
It's just ultimately definitely a so what.
Yeah.
Man, so what, man? I love this fucking word.
I know.
I mean, so it's like I'm gonna make it a word. So what? Just put it all into one. It's not 2 words. It's 1 word. So what?
So yeah. Like even with what I was saying before, like earlier with that, some of that stuff that didn't get recorded about like yeah, what if a guy does just want sex with you? So what? Or what if a girl, now is feeling you a bit too much, or not feeling you a bit too much, it's feeling you a lot, and you think, oh, now she's gonna get attached, or she wants a relationship. So what? Or
she really wants you to come over and you don't want to go over there.
Yeah, so what?
And she's angry because you're not coming over.
Or vice versa. Or so what if there is a girl does like drama? What if a girl does like making things bigger than what it occurs to me as it is? so what? Even if, what if I meet, what, so what if I'm around a female that I would say is similar to me, that might not make a massive drama out of something. What if she is a match to the desire, the qualities, the standards, whatever you want to call it, that I have? So what? Now, even with saying the so what, right? Because with that, what I just said there, what comes up for me is like, or what I heard that my voice say, that voice say in my head. Yeah, but you know, what if you get what you desire, like those qualities that you like, yeah, a girl that's got that back off, yeah, a girl that's got that gentle heart.
Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth.
Generally happy, yeah, knows herself, know yourself, yeah, knows yourself, yeah, all of that. You mean to tell me you really want to just say so what? That you want to appreciate it? Now I can say so what, but I can still appreciate and acknowledge that's there.
Yeah.
Just like I can still acknowledge if a girl was being dramatic, for example, I can acknowledge, yeah, that girl's got those qualities that I like. But I suppose that so what that brings about is that non-attachment.
Yeah. Hey, trust me.
Do good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That unattachment to that interpretation or condition, to that condition, which in a way all conditions you could say maybe are down or open to interpretation. Because right now I'm in the park, right? Got a lot of trees around me to breeze, got the birds I can hear, there's ducks around, some people walking around. This is just a condition. Like, this is what it is. All that other stuff I just said, trees, breeze, the wind, blah blah, that's all just open to my interpretation, which obviously a lot of people would agree, because that's what we call it. That's a tree.
It depends how aware they are though, because they might not even be aware of that. They might not even see the ducks.
That's true.
Everyone else, they have different things. Like
that's true.
They might not even see you in the park.
Yeah.
Oh, what? There's a black guy in the park with headphones on, with a laptop. I didn't see him. Yeah, what you see is not necessarily what everyone else sees, and
yeah,
it is really just a so what thing. Because boy,
yeah,
I mean, even this whole audio is gonna be so what tomorrow.
I know.
Yeah, we just spoke about this. Yeah.
Just say it.
Yo, man, you see that? That's called the I want will walk.
Just say it.